Alrighty. So we're going to roll the dice here again. If it gives me something too wacky, maybe for the next one we'll start trying to like purposely choose certain pyre hearts or something, but this is how I've been having most fun. It's just a pure random. So let's go ahead and keep it going here. Now I am not going to do nearly as much explaining of mechanics as I did the last time. I'm just going to play. Okay, cool. This is actually some of the demo clans here. Oh my god, Pyre Dominion again. Alright, well, from now on I guess I'm going to purposely choose my Pyre, because can't keep having this, but, you know, whatever lays plays, as he used to tell me at the poker table. So maybe we'll just start rotating through the rest of the Pyres and keep everything else random, because this is some... what stupid luck. Well, whatever. I guess I could, like, restart the run or whatever and go with a different Pyre, but let's just do it. I mean, these do make for unique runs, so I really like playing Pyre of Dominion. It's just like, I don't know if it's like the best video. Anyway, we got Pushback, Archeon again, Spikes, Kale, I think that's different than last time, and then Dominion, Seraph again. Well, at least we got a different combo this time. As far as the starters, I do like Magma Cultist. It's definitely one of the better Pyreborn units. I don't really like the other two cards that much, though. But to start with, they're pretty powerful. They're definitely powerful in the early game, so I don't mind starting with them. Plus, we're Pyre of Dominion, so things are pretty good here. Okay, this is interesting. All three are good cards. Payoff is not going to get taken, though, because the other two just immediately give me benefit. Mind Cage doesn't necessarily give me benefit. I mean, at the very least, it would make my Gelly Sneezes able to apply 10 Pyrogel every turn, which is pretty good. But Sacrificial Chamber is just one of the strongest early cards in the game. You get so much gold from this. I have to imagine we just take the Sacrificial Chamber. The other thing that Mind Cage could do is we may end up with the banner units that could use it, or we may end up with the Gilda. Actually, I don't think there's no Gilda route that has an ability, so I guess there's nothing there. So it's definitely just Sac Chamber. Okay, Songbird with the Pyre of Dominion, not so good because we're not really guaranteed to do much with Valor. Heroic Dive's pretty good because you can do damage and overstack a floor in the bottom, which is really good, but pretty hard to not take a Shield of Winge. This is such a... or Wing, I don't know how you say it, but, you know, whatever this is called, is such a powerful card. Definitely one of the strongest cards in the game, whereas I wouldn't really say that about the other two cards, so we'll just take that. Okay, we already got one Magma Cultist, you really don't need more. The Guildmonger is fine, it's just play it and get some eggs. And then we'll do Firebrand here. Sword Maiden, I've not really a fan of the unit, but it's been growing on me sometimes. You know, we do start with 2 of the Shield of Winges. It would actually be a pretty powerful start with that, but it's not going to beat out Firebrand. Firebrand with the Shield of Winge is one of the strongest, like, combos. Just a bread and butter combo that you can do. Alright, for sure I'm going Guildmother. To me, I will say this, Lady Gilda is probably among my least favorite of the new champions. I don't... But I don't mind the Guildmother. I just think that the Guildmother's a little boring, but it's good. Whereas the other... I don't like the other paths that much. Like, I don't like the Bloatmatron path that much. And the gold enchantment one's like even worse, but Guildmother's pretty good path. You just get a ton of gold and a ton of eggs, usually. And it just has good stats. Okay, we don't even have any shift currently. Or even any... Actually, that's not true. Penitent Bloodsuit would do double damage with that. And also the Attuned Whetstone is significantly worse because of the Bloodsuits, but we can just remove them, and then it becomes pretty good. Now I have a Shield of Winge coming out at the start. So I may take it just for that. Because I don't think the shift trick... I mean, shift can be powerful, this artifact, but this is a just guaranteed path to greatness, so I'm going to take that. Alright, we'll take that. I mean, we're so powerful, we should take it. It does mean that we won't be able to deploy nearly as much, but that's okay. It looks like we high rolled a 50-50 here on the Shield of Winge. I should probably set up middle, though, because I do probably want to play 2 Guildmongers bottom to get my, eggs dead. Because this guy's going to solo the boss, potentially. Maybe, though. He doesn't get hit that much, so he won't have as much Valor as you normally would. Let's do this. Now we just got to figure out where we're putting the sacrificial chamber. I think I put it here. This is probably the room that most stuff is going to die on. And on that note, I got to be honest. If you listen to the music right now, this is just my opinion, man. But people that complain, like on the Steam forums or whatever I saw, that were like complaining about the music, I literally can't imagine that I share the same DNA as you. Like, how can you not like this? Are you fucking mental? I think you are. But yeah, anyway, if we put this down here, we're guaranteed at least 20 gold out of it, the sacrificial chamber. We want to be as greedy as possible here. Whereas if I put it up top, I'm also probably guaranteed at least 20 gold, maybe more. It's probably better top, huh? Because it's going to kill these two and maybe some of these. Unfortunately, I will not be able to get to that collector. I'm just thinking, like, I could put this here. It doesn't really matter, though. I may as well, like, save it for the boss or something. Because this guy's going to hit them in one fell swoop, right? 30. Because you're going down to below 30. Yeah, so that'll be a kill. Let's just put this guy in. And there's no need to do the ability right now. We're just gonna put 2 of these here, try to kill the boss down here. Alright, now we're just... I should do this to get an extra 10 gold, because it will die up here, and it will give me that gold. It's worth 1 Pyre health to do that. Okay, it's actually better for me to let these die, because I get more gold that way. If I cared about score, I would want to kill him here, but I'm not caring about that, so let's go ahead and just do this. That way, all these 3 die, giving me more money here, and then I get more money up here and win anyway. Perfect. The proper way to play Pyreborn is to be as greedy as possible, by the way. If you're not being greedy, you're not playing Pyreborn. That's just some facts. Now, I will be honest, I don't like Pyreborn probably as much as my prediction. Most people are going to like them quite a lot. They're very feast or famine to me, and these cards here are good examples of that to me. Like, I just don't think they're that good. Like, the commons for most of clans are pretty good. I just don't think they're that good for Pyreborn. they're good early, which I guess helps with the... It aids you with being greedy, but it's like... I don't know, this run's not a good example of it because we're going to be fine, but like there's just a lot of runs where like I don't start with any extra greed things. You know, no eggs, no extra gold type things. And then I'm faced with having to like pick things like this that are going to fall off so hard in the late game, typically. Versus like trying to be greedy. And so it's like, yeah, the Pyreborn just stomps the really easy runs, but I do feel like I judge everything based on curse seeds. That's the time I'm going to lose. And in a curse seed, I find Pyreborn to be pretty miserable. You know, these cards aren't going to help you that much in a curse seed, in my opinion, but I'm probably just going to skip them, honestly. We're very powerful right now, and they're not... Like, I don't need to add early power that's just going to fall off later. You know, this is not really going to help me with Seraph. It's not going to really do much. I mean, the lava flow would be the one I would take here if I do take anything. I mean, Flicker can be good, like with the Magma Cultist, but I don't know if Magma Cultist is really a huge part of my game plan, or even a Flicker, because it's like my Firebrands want to get hit in order to gain their Valor, and I'm killing them with the Shield of Winch anyway, so it's like AoE, I just don't need AoE. AoE debuff, though, might be okay. You know, if I think I'm going to have problems with Pushback Archeon, because I will say Pushback Archeon can be annoying for Firebrand, because he obviously wants to be in front. It could be annoying for Gilda. There obviously are a lot of potential shift cards that I might be able to pick up for Banished that could just make that easier, but if I do low roll, maybe I want the lava flow to cover some weaknesses, so I guess I'll take the lava flow. So challenge is okay. I don't actually like the upbeat Warbler that much. You know, quick is just not that important to me, especially when I'm wanting to get hit with Firebrand. But the challenge, you know, as I said, there's a lot of shift cards. Keep in mind, I can use this on my own units, and I totally would here. You know, it's not a huge downside for me to add one melee weakness to a Lady Gilda or a Firebrand, because they're going to be pretty tanky, and usually the front unit might just be a 4-attack tank. The only time it's bad is if it's like one of those dudes that gains attack every floor, but either way, the challenge will help with killing enemies or shifting my own units if I need to move them around in this shift fight, so we'll definitely take challenge here. Now, I got options here. I don't mind taking a 4-egg horde if it's looking like I'm going to do a Pyreborn-centric run. You know, if I'm really going to maximize my Pyre gel application or stuff like that, then I would want to just take it here, but I probably am just going to save it, because if I save it I can get a proper artifact. The thing about the minor Pyreborn artifacts is they typically only play off of Pyreborn synergies, of which I'm not really, I wouldn't say I'm really doing much Pyreborn stuff at the moment. I have some Pyre gel that's, it's like, I don't know, it's just the 2 abilities and then the one and done lava flow. And I'm very unlikely to hit the Merchant of Magic here. I'm almost certainly going to go to the Merchant of Steel, which is also Banished banner accompanying it. So I think we're just going to save it, try to get a real artifact. Alright, this is beautiful. Beautiful for I mean, dualism's so nice on a lot of stuff. It's pretty good on Cultist, but we're just going to put it on the Firebrand, I think. You know, I already now have a really good, incredible unit to build around, and future I could hell vent it, you know, once or twice, probably just twice because Guild Mother takes up too much space. But yeah, we'll do our due diligence here and take a look here. But yeah, I doubt we're gonna take these. I don't mind Steadfast Crusader. It's a nice unit early game. It does fall off late usually though, but we really don't need it. I would only take it if I felt I needed the help right now, which I just don't need. So let's take the Titanite Firebrand. It's the 2 best upgrades in the game, in my opinion, and definitely. And I really like Firebrand as a unit. Usually, I'm looking for 3 particular upgrades: either Dualism, Titanite, or Large Stone. Sometimes I'll take a multi-strike, but usually I'm just wanting to make a really good tank out of it that has a nice big hit. Especially if I can find like a cleave or something, I definitely don't end up needing multi-strike. But and I just, I already have the Shield of Winge, if anything, so I'd much rather just make it into a really good tank. And these are the 2 ideal ones. Like, Large Stone's pretty good, but the ones I'm really looking for are Titanite and Dualism. So, you just made an incredible unit there. $15 is a pretty small price to pay for one of these other units. I think I would just put it on the other Firebrand just to help with the upcoming fights. This Firebrand eventually gets removed because we're just going to dupe the Super Firebrand. I could also buy the Valor, but I do want to save. That one is a little more expensive, and even though I do have the money rooms, I probably want to go to the Merchant Arms here, and like find a good, like maybe like a Bloodthirsty Blade to combo with the Shield of Winge, just something good like that. I guess we'll find out. And the Pyre health is good, because I really don't need another Banished banner at this point. Most likely we just put Gilda up top, we run 2 Firebrands on the next 2 floors, and then Magma Cultist will go on either the mid or the bottom floor, wherever it makes sense to do so. Draw -1's pretty easy here. It can be pretty hard though, on some of the builds. So it's Flagellant's March. You do have to remember that one of these groups is the Quicksilver Cherubs, who has haste. So you don't want to deploy an important unit mid there, but since it's not them, I'm going to do the same thing that we did last time. I'm going to go like this, and then put these 2 dudes down here, so that they can get dead. Now, I'll probably take an Amber upgrade after I beat Archeon, and that's a more common thing for me to do. If I can do that, then I can actually get the Cultist out on the same floor of Gilda if I wanted to. I probably don't want to, though. I probably want to put it just behind, like, my Firebrand. Either way, I do want to get it out, though. Alright, definitely putting the money here. I guess we'll do this here. I could save it for the boss, too, but I don't think so. I'm going to go like this just in case the boss gets through this. I don't think the boss will get through this unit, but just in case, we'll do that. Yeah, maybe I should have put it behind. I guess I still wouldn't have killed this no matter what, but it was probably a misplay for me to do that. I should have thought about the Collector. So we've missed both Collectors, which makes our Sacrificial Chambers still pretty fine, right? But I guess it would have been nice if, they died. I could have killed it there if I got the challenge, or if I had put my other Firebrand behind and then put any of these 1-pip units behind. So I did misplay and gave myself 3 draws that would not have worked because of my misplay, but that's okay. Let's do that. You can see why I just don't like that card, though. Like, I don't know. Some people seem to like it. I just don't think it's very good. It's like, they might have actually changed Whetstone to not draw those. I don't know if they did, but I know for a while, at least in beta, it was, and it was like, so it already makes one of the most powerful artifacts, but it's also just like, any other removal there, even a torch or something like that, right, would kill the Collector just fine, but this one doesn't, because this freaking card's not, I don't know, I think it sucks, personally, but whatever. Let's put this here. Let's get this guy behind here. Just because it takes up more effort, might as well get it out while we can. give this guy a little... I guess I'll put this guy here. Just trying to think. Yeah, we'll just do that. Small amount of damage. Alright, well he's dying anyway, so it is what it is. We could do this to get one more thing of 10 gold, so that's nice. Yeah, that's it. I'm trying to see if there's any other... There might have been a way I could be more greedy there, but whatever. Alright. Typically not a fan of greed, but yeah, it's just not going to be that good for us. It can be okay. It's just like... It kind of goes back to like... I'm going to have all my floors filled probably eventually here. Like these guildmongers might come out of the deck eventually, because really once I get to the later floors, I do want a Firebrand on the bottom floor as well. I just can't afford to run 2 guildmongers in the bottom, especially against Spike's Kale. So at that point, greed's just unplayable, and I already have ways to get money. I could take a golden touch, which would make it easier for me to not take these, you know, to get rid of these guildmongers. The thing I will say though is, it does have some anti-synergy with the Firebrand. You know, I really do want to get hit by every single enemy. It's a benefit for me to do that. And Gilda, as I get more ranks of the Gilded Egg, will give me almost all of the eggs that I need anyway, without having an additional thing. But I don't know, I might still take it. It does give me a way to remove things. Sometimes I will want to remove maybe like ring 7 if I face silence enchanters. I will want a way to kill them, which I don't currently have a good way to do. Yeah, we'll take it. Okay, we got Rising Rage if I want to overstack floors. It's really good for that. Rising Rage is a very good card. It does come with a Calcified Amber, but I don't think this is a deck that cares that much about overstacking floors. It also just doesn't... It would kind of need this spell chain for it to work, because it's like... I want Firebrand in the front, I want Gilda in the front. The units that would be getting overstacked would be things like Magma Cultists, so it's like, it's just kind of weird. They're already 1 pip, it's not an issue to get them on the floor anyway. I'm probably just going to take Divinity here. I don't know where we're going on Ring 4 here. If I do go to the Merchant of Magic, it's definitely a card like Ritual of Battle that it sucks vanilla, but a few upgrades and now it's, you know, it becomes good. And I need a card like that right now. I don't actually have that good of cards to like play after I first cycle the deck other than Challenge. And this would be a good card just to play. So we'll take that for sure. Plus, even if I don't hit that first magic, we'll definitely hit this one probably. The one with the Imperial Well and a Cave. So now we got 8. We might as well loot that. Okay, out of these, I'm definitely going to take the Hidden Coffers. Sharpened Teeth is okay. I mean, it would give damage to my Guildmongers and my Cultist, and the Whelps. It's actually a lot of damage, but I just don't think I need that damage. When I have a unit like a Titanite Dualism Firebrand with a Shield of Winch, there's not much in the game, early game, that can take that out. So I might as well just go the greed route and get additional egg capacity. Ooh, and here, this is a contender for the best artifact in the game, Emote Tome. It actually isn't that amazing with what I have right now, but it will be. Especially if I can get the cost of Divinity down, even just getting the cost of Challenge or Golden Touch down, it would be really good. It basically spell chains the first card that you play every turn, and it's so good. Amazing artifact. So we could go to the right if I cared to like maybe look for dualism on Cultist, or maybe some extra health. That's really the only thing you're typically looking for in Cultist. Or I could, you know, I already put the 20 health on Firebrand, so I do kind of commit to removing this. The other thing you could do is put Endless on Guildmonger. That can be okay. You definitely can stack a decent amount of eggs doing that, but I don't know. I don't really... Since we took the Golden Touch, I just don't think that's that necessary, and then very unlikely that I need another banner unit. I would just go left here. I mean, even getting something like... oh, Soul Smelter. Okay, I'll definitely take that. Taking that definitely means we'll be able to make use of the hidden coffers. The only thing that's bad about the Soul Smelter is at 3 Ember... I don't know, it's not... I mean, here's the thing. Like, I could... I got options here because I have this attuned whetstone. Like, the sky is the limit with what I could do here. You know, I can make a 5 Ember equipment and then just remove the rest of the equipment, and I'm getting that out for free on deployment. The only downside there is I kind of eventually wanted to run the Shield of Wenge on both Firebrands. The other option is I also, since I could take the Overgrowth Carapace and merge that with my thing. It'd be the same idea. I would remove everything else. Though maybe I don't need to remove everything else if I do that, because eventually, if I take an Ember upgrade, I could totally play it at 4 Ember. The Overgrowth Carapace can be a pretty good equipment. Keep in mind, I could take an Ember upgrade and then eventually a Pip upgrade. And if I take a Pip upgrade, it will grow to 6 Pip, but since the unit cannot get above 6 Pip, it will just sit there and continue to get 20 stats, 20 of stats every single turn for the entire fight. Which is really good. I mean, that will make these Firebrand unstoppable. It does mean let's see, if I go Pip upgrade, it's 2 Pips, so I get to 7 capacity. It does mean I can't play the Magma Cultist on the same floor if I want the Overgrowth Carapace to pop off, though. Definitely some decisions to be made. I'll tell you what, though. I think before we visit the cavern, I should commit to one of these, because the cavern could be a graft event, and the graft event allows you to place an item onto your unit. Which, it might seem like I'm wasting my whetstone there, but not really when you figure the fact that I would just put it on my Firebrand, and then I'm just going to dupe the Firebrand, who will already have the unit. It's like I get to dupe the unit and the item at once if I do that. So I think we commit to this before we visit the cavern. And also hold off on the health, because the cavern might be an event that reduces my health and I can just replenish it afterward. I'm kind of leaning toward the Soul Smelter, because I really don't want to take a Pip upgrade just to make Overgrowth Carapace good. So we'll do that. And I will merge it. Here, okay, here's another thing I can do. Alright, we're going to merge these and then visit the cavern, and then I'll explain what else I'll do depending on what the cavern is. So it's going to be 5 Ember, but we're going to make sure that it's 0. I'll show you how. Okay, I really like this event. And I'll be honest, I think I'm different than most people are going to be on it. I think most people are going to typically take Jack in the Box, so they just see it as like a free, unstable vortex, essentially. or in some cases you can legitimately make a good floor with it. But for me, 99 times out of 100, I'm just slamming large mystery box. To me, this is such an incredibly good artifact. It's maybe less useful to me here, but I don't know, I've got an emote tome, like, it makes it so much easier for me to take an Ember upgrade, because now it's like I basically kind of got a draw upgrade anyway, because I'm getting a random extra card, and, you know, very often it can give me something that, you know, is very good. It might solve an issue that I might have not properly accounted for. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to make this equipment deployable. And in doing that, we actually force out this one as being the target for attuned whetstone, because the order of operations is this deploys first, and then that artifact will trigger after that. Now, the only thing that remains to be seen is, you know, will I sometimes draw the blood suit with this, because so far we haven't, but that could just be luck. I mean, they're probably one of my priority removals anyway, so I could just remove the both of them right now and not worry about, you know, not risk it. And I don't think I do. I really don't think I want to risk it here, because if I don't get this item out, I could throw this fight. So we're just going to remove those. And we could take the enchanted chamber if we wanted to. I just really don't see why we would. It literally only interacts with golden touch at the moment. So it's like, do I really want to add another card just to accomplish that? Probably not. Alright, pushback. So another thing to think about this is if I fill all 3 floors, a flying boss will always prioritize the topmost floor that you have a unit on. So you can use that to your advantage sometimes. It's not really going to matter here. I'm still going to play Gilda top, because I don't think units are going to make it to Gilda now. And also, because I have this, I think we're absolutely fine to not worry about making use out of these guildmongers anymore. Eventually we're just gonna remove them. I may even just put the cultists down here to really focus on getting the kills down here. I don't think so though. I think I'm gonna just put this here, because I don't want Archeon to start here, go down here, and in some weird draw order where I don't play units mid, then it comes back here before I'm able to put Gilda back to the front. So we'll just do it the safe route there. Alright. Ooh, money whelp. We can put that down, we just don't have to play it yet. I think that's okay. So Archeon may come back down to the bottom here. That's something to think about. I may not want to put any other units on the mid or on the bottom floor specifically, because I do want to get all of the kills here to get my items siphoned up. So we'll put this one here. We'll wait on the ability until we actually have some Dragon Horde. It earns money based on, you know, the Dragon Horde. I'm already pretty much at full health, so I don't really have to worry about playing these. Let's just put the Guildmonger here to protect the Wealthy Whelp in case he comes here and pushes back the Firebrand. And I don't think I want to fill a unit on this floor, because it just screws up my game plan, so I'll play the Vengeful Shard. Alright, he did come to the bottom, kind of as expected. This is the Sap Incant guy. Definitely want that there. I could just give this, so this is a great example of why I love Mystery Box. You know, this is the card that was generated from the Mystery Box. Now I can play units down here just fine. I do have to sap myself a little bit to do it, but I think that's fine. We're not killing the frontliner here anyway. So we'll go like this. Also I have the emote tome, so I could make this unit or this unit have flight as well. And if I don't want to put the whelp down here. Because if I put the whelp down, it's not like this thing's dying anyway. I was going to put the whelp down here, but now on second thought, leaning toward just doing this, because if I give this thing melee weakness, it is going to take an extra 13, which might be fine. I'll also just put it here. I feel like the melee weakness would be easier to put on this guy though, the Firebrand. You know what though, we draw the melee weakness next turn. So I guess I'm going to put it on the Firebrand. And then... okay, Dragon's Breath. It's a bit expensive. I do want to try to get the second kill down here. So we'll double that since it's free. I'm trying to think if this gets me the kill here. We want to bring this guy forward no matter what, so let's do that. Can do that. That's not really going to get the kill though, is it? Well, we'll try for this then. It doesn't make use of our embers super well, but yeah, it looks like it wasn't enough. Yeah, whatever. 32. I guess taking that initial damage made it so the Shield of Winds didn't get the kill. That's fine. Alright, we'll move you back forward. Oh, we got another Soul Smelter here. This guy is getting healed. We can put this here. I'm not going to gain enough soul, am I? I need to get 4 soul to get an egg. I don't think I'm going to get 4 kills up here. You know, I just realized I probably am not going to actually earn any eggs here, so the Wealthy Whelp kind of was a fail, but whatever. Just do this. Go here. Get a bit of damage. Okay, how many souls do you have? 12. So you're getting 3 eggs. You'll get another soul here, and then another one there. That won't matter. So 3 eggs there. 2 eggs here. 5 eggs. I would maybe want to Golden Touch here then. Could also do the Soldier of Fortune. It's 50-50 to get a 1-pip unit. Right? Which could fit here and could earn me back the gold. I could also play it twice, and then I'm guaranteed to get the Magma Cultist, but it will cost me $60 sometimes, and I'd have to hit 5 times or so to recuperate that, 4 or 5 times, which would happen, but yeah, I think just take the egg here. Try to get this guy killed. Perfect. And not much else to do. Oh, I guess I could get my money there. And I might as well let these 2 die. It gives me extra souls and extra money. And I might as well see if I can get this to die as well. Yeah, perfect. Alright, got back up to 8. Didn't make use of the coffers, but that's okay. And the next rank of Gilda in a fight like that I would, so... Cursed Twin Blade, it would screw up my whetstone unless I merge it with the other shield, which honestly, that's an okay merge, you know. That'll give multi-strike to our other eventual tank. But yeah, the Merchant Arms is not until this ring, which is 2 rings from now, and it's opposite a pretty good node that I think I want to hit, so I don't think we go the Cursed Blade route. Devilish Details, I really don't like Devilish Details. I'm surprised that people seem to like that one. It's a ton of higher damage for only 3 eggs, and you have to spend an ember on it. And yeah, it's just like not that good to me. But I guess if you had enough holy stones or something, it could be okay. I also don't like superheated that much. We aren't really making use of our Magna Cultus at the moment. We will eventually though, but not to the degree that I think a superheated with a calcified ember is worth taking. So this is like probably a skip. I don't know though. Superheated might be needed for me to kill like a 3rd tank in the really late game if I never get anything, but the chances that I don't find anything just better than superheated to deal with that are pretty low. I think we're just going to skip these. And we'll definitely skip these. I don't really like Pyre-blooded. As far as a rare goes, it's just pretty weak in my opinion. Like, sure, you can scale some attack, but it's just not that good. It's a skip. I'll take Ember for sure. And we'll loot that. No need to save it. Okay, I really like both the Pyreborn Insignia and the Ember Charge. I probably lean toward the Ember Charge because I don't have that much actual spell damage. Just 1 card currently. It could be really good if I get Make It Rain. Make It Rain is probably one of the best cards in the game, if not the best card in the game. But it's good with or without this. And so we'll just take Ember Charge because it will help us in most cases. Oh yes. Oh my god. 2 of these are really good. Golden Idol and Martyr Signet. The Signet is so good here because, you know, think about this, the context here, that I'm going to be hellventing this Firebrand eventually, and it's always going to be at the front, and it's probably living every battle, and even my Gilda will get health from it, but mainly for the Firebrand, who has Titanite, which is having my damage, so in a way, it kind of reads like I earn 12 permanent health, and it also just helps me survive so much. Keep in mind, now one thing I do need to think about here, though, is that Seraph of Dominion is insane for decks like this. It's like, you think my guy is going to be fine, right? But like I said, the Seraph of Dominion has such insane damage to your frontliner that we don't want to like be too overconfident. So I think I really do lean toward this. I need all of the extra health I can get. Golden Idol would be good though too. An early Golden Idol translates to a ton of gold, but I think we're not going to have problems with gold, so let's take the Signet. And that other item sucks. That other item is like only good if you can spam equipment onto a unit. Like if I had taken the Sword Maiden unit or whatever, it would be good. I kind of snap picked that. I maybe should have thought about it a bit more. You know, the left side's really good here, and I don't really need the Pyre health that much. And this armory, unless I'm taking a room, is probably not getting taken, but yeah, I think I made a mistake right there. To be honest, in my head, this was this one with the Empyrean Well, but it's not the end of the world. It just gives us another shot to try to make this this divinity good, and if anything, get the Golden Touch some extra damage and some cost reductions. So it's not the end of the world, but definitely the left side would have been correct here. Okay, this is not too bad. I could remove consume on the lava flow, or I could just make divinity 1 cost. That's more what I'm leaning toward, I think. You know, with the emote tome, that makes it 2 ember for 20 valor. Given that we're fighting Dominion, I think that's a better call. And now, yeah, that's just like pretty good. And we do want to put 10 here so that it can kill stuff. And we'll re-roll. It's a lot of gold, but I just want to make that hand card cost 1. I could take the Holy Stone on this, I guess, but it's just not really worth it for that low amount of heal, I don't think. Especially when I'm already at full Pyre health. Right, it was only equipment, so we're probably not going to take these. Everlasting Light is okay. But yeah, there's just no reason to take these if it's going to screw up my attuned whetstone. And I really would never, ever flex out of Guildmother. I might flex into it because it's the best path, but there's no reason to go to these other crappy paths. We could make some removals too. I already made 2 for money. Probably don't need 2 at the moment. We may hit a cavern at some point. Might as well leave ourselves some value to be had there. Now this boss can be pretty tough, but not for Mr. Firebrand here. Okay, you're gonna go up there. The only question now is, do I want to put the Firebrand and a Whinge down? I don't think so. I think we definitely want this here. And still put that there though. Alright, we'll put this here. Cursed Dragon Staff here could be alright, though it does kinda screw with my stuff. At the very least, we'll put this in. Perfect. Okay, if they're both dying, then let's just skip this here. I gotta say the Gelly Sneeze Snotty Whelp has been pretty good. Okay, I want to do this. That's already good enough. I can just kill that then. Get an egg. Do that in case the collector spawns there. Spawned there. Sanctuary's a pretty good draw here. Everything there is dying. Keep in mind they did change one mechanic in Monster Train 2, and that's a good point. I need to update my thing there. 1 second. I'm very unprofessional, but I'm so ADD that I have to like do these things. Revenge procs on damage shield. Yeah, sorry, I don't even know if I explained it there. But basically, yeah, this does damage shield. Remember in Monster Train 1, if I had damage shield and I had a revenge trigger, it would not proc. That is not the case in Monster Train 2. In Monster Train 2, if I have damage shield, all of my revenge triggers still proc, even if I'm getting no actual damage and I'm just soaking up damage shield hits. Alright, anyway, not much to do here. We're just going to do this, I guess. Get rid of that. And I guess I can, like, try to get this thing dead, but it's probably not going to be able to die. Pyroclasm is another card that's really good. We just don't need it here. I could play this twice to kill this. In the name of greed, I think I will, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna win down here anyway. The boss that's normally scary is not gonna be so scary. Don't even think I need to play the divinity there. Alright, we can get another one of these. Nice. don't even need to do anything. Though, I got just enough ember to do this, so I might as well. Beautiful. So we're gonna have full stuff here. Tin Horde. Alright, Fan the Flame. Not a huge fan of it, though I will say there has been a few runs I've gotten it to pop off, and it's good in those runs. I've gotten it to like 200 damage before, but it's a card that I kind of have to see in the very beginning of the game for me to really make use of. And I'm definitely not going to take it for a Calcified Ember. Pyroclasm is really good most of the time. It's just like, I don't know that I need it here. Because again, it kind of just goes against the game plan of letting this thing soak up damage. Chosen of Dominion. I know they got the dudes that incant your damage, which might be okay to have a Pyroclasm to snipe them with, but that would be like the only fight where I care about it that much. It could be good into the Kale fight, though. We definitely don't. The Spikes Kale fight on Max Covenant is wild if they leak. If they leak, they can like 100% kill your Pyre. It's pretty wild. And Pyroclasm would give me a nice buffer to make sure that that doesn't happen. I think I should take it. And it's just a better version of Dragon's Breath, essentially. Even though they don't actually technically do the same thing, they functionally do the same thing. They're just meant to clear the floor. And Pyroclasm does it much better. Wings Radiance is usually worth picking up. And I think we will. Deadly Plunge is not horrible either, but Winged Radiance lets me target who I need to target. Alright, we don't really care about our cooldowns. We'll just take the dragon one here. I do actually have the whelps that come down, but I just don't care about them that much. Flaming Talons is normally really good, but I don't think units are typically living. So it might be better for me to just get some conduit. Keep in mind the Pyroclasm is technically attuned. I don't think it'll matter much here, but that would mean that I get even more value out of that conduit. Oh, another thing to think about is I'm pretty sure that the Conduit 4 interacts with the Dualism and will give me actually 8 Conduit, so I think we'll take that. Okay, this one's either Lightstone Casing or Ember Staff. The Ember Staff won't really... It doesn't find consistent use usually, but because our Pyre of Dominion in our deck is weird, it actually will find a lot of use, and it always finds use in the Titan fight. But I don't know if it can beat a Lightstone Casing, because, especially if we're hitting this Merchant of Magic with the Empyrean Well. Yeah, I gotta say, if I could now either double stack this Divinity or just make it like 0 cost, that could be pretty good. I think I lean toward the Lightstone Casing here. Alright, we're definitely going to the right here. Okay, Holy Stone. It's just, it could go on the Pyroclasm, but I don't think so. I think I just want to make this thing cheaper, which we can do with that. I could spell chain this. The only time that that's not so good, I guess, is if I'm playing it first with the emote tome, because then it's like 4 Ember that I gotta play it out with. That's still not that bad though, is it? Like, I did want to kind of hold out for double stack, but it's not like I don't have a good double stack target already with the Winch Radiance, and none of my other cards are super great with spell chain. So I think I will spell chain this. let's take a look at the cavern first before we do anything more. I should probably re-roll though. Let's make this cheaper and then re-roll. Okay, I can combo the Smolder Stone with the Eternal Stone. Let's take a look at what this cavern is. Oh my. Okay. As if our dude wasn't good enough already, our firebrand, we're going to make him even better. So the other question is, never take this one. This one sucks, but these two are really good. The one that's more fun is definitely Savage Heart. You know, you can just get a ton of rage permanently, and actually, the whole reason I might have took Pyroclasm could be solved here by this upgrade. I think I'm leaning toward this. The Titan Skin 5 is very powerful too, and especially when you combine it with Titanite. The only downside is it doesn't really help me with the Dominion fight. You know, the 5 Titan Skin, it helps pretty bigly, or pretty large, in a large way in a lot of fights, but the fight that I'm worried about, it doesn't really help me that much because the amount of corruption I'm going to have on myself will make the 5 Titan Skin pretty much irrelevant. Whereas the rage is always going to be relevant to me. You know, I'm going to gain a lot of rage and then that range is permanent. Plus it's just more fun. And I have dualism. The dualism actually affects this. I forgot about that too. So this is a pretty easy choice. Now the only question is our children learning? No, the only question is, do I Hellvent it now? Because now I'm pretty incentivized not to Hellvent it now, and Hellvent it later, and instead just like Hellvent it Divinity. So we can intrinsic this if we needed to. I don't think we need to do that now, that we're going to have permanent rage scaling. I think I can just make it cost 1. I could make it cost 0 and just leave it be consuming. That does mean I don't really make use of the other thing though. Could also just make this thing -2. Then I can play it for 0. Kind of like this actually. Yeah, the Pyroclasm is less important to me now. So let's do this. Let's go like this. And I'll even do this. Why not? Just get some... We have a ton of front-loaded damage now. And honestly, this even helps me potentially with the Dominion fight. Because I may need to go for a flying kill to really... Or at least I can't survive many rounds in Relentless. Because like I said, this dude is going to double my corruption every single strike. And even an absolute beast of a tank like a firebrand like this is gonna die pretty quickly to that thing. We could add 10 there or there. I think I'll add it here because 25 actually is somewhat important threshold to some of the Scourge Shufflers. Okay, now I really don't know what to Hellvent at this point. It's definitely not going to be the firebrand yet. I'm going to probably just wait till maybe here to Hellvent the firebrand. Or here even. Keep in mind I only need 1 more. Guild Mother's going to go up top. And I don't need 2 of them for quite some time. So why not Hellvent one of my spells? Like, say, the Winch Radiance, I think. I was going to say the Divinity. But I think given that Kale is our worry at the moment, let's duplicate the Winch Radiance. And I could remove cards, but I don't need to yet. I really like this boss. If you have any sort of perma-scaling, not in this case, I guess, but in like if you have permascaling like Slay, for example, it's so fun to just set up top and let this boss get a ton of reanimate stacks and then just farm them up top. I could still kind of farm them up top for a few extra hits, but it's not really worth it. We want to just make sure our guild is surviving up top. Okay. Oh, and another thing, I don't know if Monster Train 1 worked this way. But the intrinsic does not count toward my initial draw. You'll notice I drew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or sorry, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this is my large box, and then the intrinsic did not count toward my opening draw, so that's pretty nice. And here's a good example of why we wanted this intrinsic, because now I can actually just deal with this guy cleanly. Maybe I will put, if I got 2 of these and I'm doubling them, one of them already, I don't think we need to actually save any ember here, so why don't we just do this. Yeah. Right, if I want that, we'll double this. We'll put this guy here and get him ready for self-sacrifice. Wow, is that guy really not dying? Okay, you are now. Thank God, snotty well. We definitely want to kill that. Well, I'm glad we got the Pyroclasm. Seeing this, I'm like, I'm still glad that I have it, and maybe I want to work toward getting it cost reduced, because eventually I'll have some rage here, but yeah. So let's kill that, and I guess try to. That one dead. Maybe I should have just shot the one in the back. Yeah, I mean, I definitely should have done that. Oops. We'll just put that there. Not too worried about it. I may leak, but Pyroclasm actually takes care of this. I might as well kill my own unit here and then just let the thing go up there. I don't know, though. Not my favorite trial to take right here. You can see I'm starved for energy. I kind of want to play this divinity to make sure I'm not dying to the boss. It's 51 damage. I think we're going to siphon enough that I don't need to actually kill this goldmonger, so yeah, let's just do this. And got another Winch Radiance here. Alright, let's put you here. They're already dying, so let's just try to get this guy killed. This is already taken care of, so we'll just let that happen. We'll get a lot of siphons here, even though we played bottom floor, and a lot of revenge procs. Alright, we don't want to add more equipment unless we're going directly to a Merchant of Arms, which we are not. If this Merchant of Arms is directly here, then maybe I could think about taking one of these and merging it, but there's just no need. And stuck up, well, I mean, I have 1,000 gold right now. I really don't need more gold. Okay, Liquid Courage. Probably not. Deadly Plunge. It's very inconsistent in terms of the frontmost enemy being the one that I need to deal with. That's the one thing I don't really necessarily like about Deadly Plunge. But I will have a lot of health, to some degree. So it is good damage, but I have to add the Calcified Ember. I think we already got like Pyre to deal in a better way what that's trying to do. Okay, I can just do a 3-3 there, and that's already 9 extra health and damage to this unit. And then that unit gets some extra love. Or I can do Flaming Talons. I think I just take that. Alright, we can take Flaming Talons now, or I can get extra damage. That would add 9 damage to Golden Touch. That's a lot. And it would add 9 damage to Pyroclasm. Not really much there. Or I can just get Pyrogel 3 to my Whelps, which I am playing, but eventually maybe I don't care that much about them. They're going to get sapped in the Titan fight anyway, and they won't be able to do anything. They're going to die to any AoE, which a lot of future fights might have it. Flaming Talons. I think we actually take the Firecracker here, just because now I can kill my my own Guildmonger in one hit from Golden Touch. And I may not be able to remove those Guildmongers, because my priority removals right now would be like the other Firebrand. I think is actually the most priority remove right now, because it's just not going to serve a purpose, whereas these at least get me a egg. Equip, I get damage shield 1. Manifold Mirror, currently not really that relevant, because I'm already basically doing Manifold. I only really care about the bottom floor on this run, mostly. I think we just take the Radiant Arms. Now if I end up getting a really good room, then I'll be sad that I didn't take that, but that's okay. Alright, there's not giant upside on either path here. If I go left, I'm only looking for dualism, and it's not even that necessary. I really wouldn't buy anything else other than health. Maybe I would just stick a multi-strike on him, but it wouldn't really matter. Then I'm just getting gold that I don't need, and a vortex, which honestly with the amount of gold I have I don't need either. So it's pretty, we'll just go to the right then. Okay, this is really good. That's going to help quite a lot with Dominion. That's as a snap pick. Definitely take the Magma Core. Attuned Manacles. I mean, I'm pretty rich, but it's pretty useless. It's like, I only have the Snotty Whelps ability, and I don't even care about it that much. So, I'm not even going to spend money on that. Dragons apply Pyrogel and Strike. I do have some dragons. We don't have any Train Stewards. And when a friendly unit dies, Angels gain Rage 7. I could take this. I don't really care about the other ones. I can save that money. Okay, we can make my dude even stronger. I'll be honest, I usually don't take this event. I don't think it's very good on a lot of the way I play. It would be amazing in the first Monster Train game. Like, I would love to have, obviously this was one of the better cavern upgrades in the first game, was the melee weakness one, but because there's just, you know, I'm not really using sweepers or multi-strikers that often, it becomes significantly less good. And the unit I would put it on would be the Firebrand, but it's like, that's my unit that has the damage, so like applying melee weakness doesn't really do anything for me there. It would, I guess, kind of work in the sense that eventually I'm going to be running a Firebrand on floor 1 and floor 2 that would both have this, and eventually you know, only a few saps, and my backliners will not be actually doing any damage. So at that point, it does become a little bit relevant, but I don't know. I'd have to add a Dominion's Eye to do that, and I don't really want to do that. I already have one Blight that I have to worry about. Sometimes Dominating Authority can be fun. That one I do think about taking somewhat often. That would allow me to get out a whelp, one of these snotty whelps when I do it. So it's like, in a way, it's kind of canceling out the downside of Dominion's Eye. I just don't think the snotty whelp is that important for me to want this. This is much better with something like that unit we saw in my last video, the overworked assistant, something that's like you can build around. I can't really build around my snotty whelp. And then this one I almost never take, and I guess if I had like a Dante, I would take it. So I'm just going to skip this. It's not really that good for me. Take our health. I don't think we remove anything yet. I'm going to wait until probably the very end to do that. So Nourishing Feed, it's not that hard typically, but if for whatever reason you cannot deal with the first wave cleanly, it becomes a very scary fight. You there, one of these here. Imprisoned Zephyr. I'm just going to play this here. It's not going to do anything, but yeah, we're just going to play it there to have it there. Okay, do I even want to play these units out? I guess I do. Let's put you in front. I'll put you here. I'll just put that there. Get the damage shield. Get some extra damage here, that way that dies. Because this thing can technically gain spikes if Kale, like, gives it spikes. It would die to this floor anyway, though, but it's all good. Alright, definitely gonna get our extra stuff here, and I can take 1 damage just to do that. I should play this first, though, since there's no point in doubling that right now. This here, doesn't really matter what I do here, honestly. I could play one of these out too, but I think at this point maybe I might as well just not take damage. This fight has been solved. I do think that, I'll be honest, I think they're gonna redo this Spikes Kale fight at some point. I imagine people will have complaints about it. It's my least favorite fight in the game. It's like, it's basically a complete cakewalk, or it's like a 100% Pyre health kill. Like if you leak 1 unit. I've literally died. Like I leaked the first wave, and I've had like situations where I have like this, like a full Pyre health, and I die to the 1 wave. So I do hope that they fix that eventually, and I think they will. They're really good. Having tested for this game, I can see like how much they care about their game, and it's actually really refreshing to see people, like developers, be so passionate about their game and not be like, you know, they just want to make a good game. And I really like that. Alright, we're gonna kill that, and we really don't need all of these units, so let's kill another one. I could go for the flying kill, but I want to get as much hits on my guy as possible, so I'm not going to play the melee weakness on Kale here. And even in Relentless, I want to get hit as much as possible, to be honest, so might as well just, I may even want to try to kill my backliners, now that I think about it. Yeah, let's try to do that. Wait, oh, screwed because of the, I got screwed because of the frickin' damage shield, darn it. Radiant Arms screwed me over, man, whatever. I just missed out on scaling there to try to get more scaling, but it's all good. So we don't need to play any of that. I guess I can do this. I could take the Sanctuary. If I'm not hitting him, yeah, I'll probably hit that Merchant Magic at the end. I'd probably hit this one as well, so we'll have plenty of chances to get the cost down. Might as well take it. It's pretty useful to have. Now here I'm not exactly sure what I want. I know it's not Pip, but I may want Draw. I think I'm still going to just take Ember though. Like, I'm pretty Ember starved in general. Double Ember. Double Ember is not uncommon for me to take in Monster Train 2. My most typical though is Ember into Draw. That's typically what I usually take. Hellfire Bellows basically doubles the effectiveness of Cultists, so we'll definitely take that. And then probably just the Flaming Talents will finally take it. And yeah, we'll take Versatile Ember Staff here. We absolutely do not want to take Shadow's Sheath. I find myself very rarely wanting to take Shadow's Sheath. I think it will hurt you more than it helps you in almost every situation. But there are some runs where it's pretty good. Spell Chain. Not feeling it, I don't think. I could put it on Challenge. Just want to get Sanctuary down, I think. I could Holy Stone the Pyroclasm, maybe, because, I don't know, though. I don't think so. I have so much money, I might as well, like, spend these, right? But I don't think, I think I still won't take a Holy Stone here. Let me think, is there any Ring 7s where I need to intrinsic my Sanctuary? If not, then we should just do the Pyroclasm. I kind of want to hold out for a consumer move on Sanctuary because Sanctuary I want to be playing like... I definitely want to double stack it for sure. Because the other one would be Challenge, but I think with Dominion, yeah, we'll double stack that. And I think just make that intrinsic. I could make it 0 cost because right now I wouldn't want to consume remove anything other than Sanctuary. So it's not like I can even consume remove it, but I could also just make it cost 1 and be replayable. I don't think I need it to be replayable though. I think just making it cost 0 is fine. Yeah. Still not gonna remove, and I'm still gonna wait on the Firebrand dupe until the end. And I think I will dupe the Divinity now. Now that I went double Ember upgrade, I think it makes sense. Oop. I mean, I could honestly skip the upgrade. At this point, I'm not actually gaining anything other than gold, but it's still a lot of gold. Look at that, 400 gold out of it. But I'm getting my max horde anyway, but yeah, we might as well commit to the final Guild Mother here anyway. This is typically the hardest Ring 7 in my opinion, but not for our broken deck here. Now granted, this deck probably is not as broken as the last deck that we ran, but it's still pretty broken. I could be Ember efficient here, but if I draw a Golden Touch, I would want these already there. I think I'm actually just going to do that. Okay, we do draw the Golden Touch, and I think that's fine to have that be the card that we play here. And Pyroclasm being intrinsic is precisely for situations like that. We can put the Songbird in. How is this guy not dying? Oh, because that guy's dying. Well, we can remedy that. Boom, biatch. Where's my money room? Never lucky. Yeah, we don't need to play these units. Just make our dude strong. You'll go there. I guess you'll go there. It's a lot of lava. I guess I don't want to move that guy forward. Right? Will hurt my Pyre. Nope, not anymore. Yeah. Don't want him to leak. I'm doing 100 damage there, so that should finish him. Alright, all of our dudes in the back are dying here. Let's see if we can hit this. Beautiful. Fanning the flame. And you'll notice it already went up pretty good amount there. Granted, it's not actually in my deck, but you can see how it can pop off. It's just, you have to, it's very RNG reliant, right? It's like, I have to actually hit the first thing or whatever. Alright, our dudes are dying. Do we care? I don't know that we care. I don't know that we actually care, because these guys aren't going to reach my Pyre. You know, these guys will go there, and then by the time they reach there, I'm just going to kill the boss with my super unit here. So let's just go ahead and kill our own guys. You forward, you forward. Guild Mother having the nice stats, you can see, is just pretty useful still, because she'll be mostly able to finish these off. Not that it matters, because they're not going to hit the Pyre, but... How much soul do I have? 44, not bad. Let's see if we can hit this anyway. Right. And that's why I don't really like fanning the flame, because that does tend to happen, but whatever. Okay, we can just punk shredder this. Although I probably should have put him down here in hindsight, because why not just give that guy the kills, but whatever. Just do that. This boss can be tough sometimes, but definitely not this time. Also, this boss does punish you for not playing bottom floor, but if you're fighting against Savagery's Final Assault, you want to have bottom floor filled, usually. Okay, it's either Dragon's Breath or nothing here. I don't think we care about the Dragon's Breath. I will say, seeing the the plethora of AoE units demolish my backline. If I don't end up finding Consume Remove, I have a little bit over 50-50 to find Consume Remove here for the Sanctuary. Even if I don't get the Consume Remove, I could still find Spell Chain, and I could still find Cost Reduction. I don't think I need the Dragon's Breath. Oh, there we go. Benediction. This is just a better card. The Benediction is another contender, I think, for like best card in the game. We'll definitely take that, regardless of the Calcified Ember or not. Shale Sail. We could take that. It's better than the other ones. Take that, I guess. Alright, Pyre Tap's always good. Sinner's Salve is also fine. I would have to imagine the Pyre Tap is better, though. Granted, we did just take that Calcified Ember, so maybe I should have took the Sinner's Salve. Whatever. These are the two worst upgrades, I feel. Holy Stone and Freestone. But Holy Stone's significantly better when you've taken a Pyre Tap, so maybe we'll put it on something. Alright, we have 2,000 gold. We're just going to buy everything. Even this, we might find... We're likely to find a Hymnist from the other thing. So... Oh yeah, Blood of the Apex. Even this late, that's going to actually scale pretty good. That's one of the best artifacts in the game. We don't have any starter cards, so I guess I won't buy that. When a unit without Pyre Gel, yeah, sure. Very minor impact at this point, but whatever. We could Holy Stone the Benediction, I suppose. Maybe do that there. Alright, Spell Chain. I'm just going to make this intrinsic. And then I'll Spell Chain this. It's with the Pyre Tap, it pays for itself anyway, because I have Holy Stone on it. So I might as well just Spell Chain it. I could also make it cheaper, but there's actually not really any reason for me to do that. In some cases, I want it to be more expensive so that I heal for more. So now we're just going to Hellvent our Super Firebrand here. And then we're going to remove everything that we don't need. So we don't need that other Firebrand. We really don't need the Guildmongers, but I can play them out. Like, do I want that other Shield of Winch? I probably do, because the other Firebrand will want it. So I guess we're just going to get rid of the Guildmongers, because I do want the Magma Cultist. And I could remove the Calcified Ember with money if there's nothing else to remove. Honestly, I haven't minded having these Snotty Whelps. I might keep them. And it's kind of hard for me to play the Calcified Ember cleanly. I mean, I have the Pyre Tap, so not really, but what else am I going to spend my money on, right? So I don't know. Do I take maybe one of these whelps out? I don't need both of them. Let's get one of them out of there. Yeah, that looks fine to me. I have nothing else to spend money on. Let's go win this game, shall we? Now I swear, no more Pyre Dominion. My future runs will pick the Pyre, so I actually have a difficult run. But hey, you want to maybe people don't come to me to want the difficult run, right? Maybe they want the more stompy run, and I guess I'm following through on that currently, so it's all good. I am one ember short here. For some reason I was thinking I could play that out, but whatever. Means I shouldn't have probably removed one of those eggs, but it's all good. Now I don't really care about perma-scaling my dudes anymore. They're already at like 186 rage. What I want to do actually here is probably just do the maximum amount of damage to this guy as possible, but I don't know, 100 damage I can do a lot. I mean, that's 900 damage, but he's got 6,300 health. I think I'd rather try to hit a big Winged Radiance on a different turn. So for now, I'm just going to do this. Just get this guy super buffed up. Put that there. I can do this. I'll still... I mean, these guys are all dying, so I might as well still do some of this here. I can also do this for free. I guess I'll do it down here. I could wait on this one. I could play this on something just to have it. Damage shield, sure. Oh, also, I'm getting synergy with the Pyre tap plus, where is it? Magma Core. It's just a minor thing. Put him down there, that way we can kill that guy. We probably want this guy to get the finishing blow on this. I'm playing this just to be greedy, even though there's literally no point to it. You know, since we are wanting this guy to actually get the kill, we should try to set that up. Now you can see, even with a 3-floor setup, by the 4th wave here or so, he's going to be putting me at, like, it's going to be 60 or 70 corruption, and then, yeah, it just gets ridiculous. I can get up to, like, 1,000 corruption. I actually will lose this unit if we go to Relentless, but I don't think that we're going to go to Relentless with this deck. You know, this might be a pretty good cleave if I can draw into one of these Winged Radiances. Because this guy I need to kill, the Avowed Gladiator. I don't know, though. There's also the duo, which I don't think I'm going to be able to get through. So I think we just... yeah, we'll try to... We'll just do this. I'll play this to get the Ember Staff proc. Okay, we did get that. Let's just apply that. Do that to get some armor. Probably should have Pyre tapped there, but whatever. Ah, he went up there. Damn it. If he would have went mid, we'd get the flying kill here. It's too bad. Oh well. Can I still get it? 7? Yeah, I'm not going to get it there. So, yeah, whatever. We'll just, I'll do this so that the egg lives. I still want to get my 10 whatevers here. Is that guy really, like, not dying? Here, let's move him forward. And I'll just do some damage there, I guess. I want to make sure this egg doesn't die. Oh, nice. We got the Winged Radiance. That should be GG. Yep. For good measure. Boom. Alright, we don't have to worry about Relentless. I probably would have been fine with the amount of damage shield I was able to spam, though. But it's always fun to get the flying kill, right? we're seeing some repeats here. That's a Pyreborn specific mechanic. But I think Winged Steel wins here. Alright, of course we're doing that. This will not be a hard fight. And I'll usually probably want... I could even get Dominion killed pretty quick here because of my Winge Radiances. Alright, which one's stronger? 196, yeah, this one. I really like the Titan combat music. It might actually be Entropy that's the hardest for me to get through in this one. Let's see. I don't even want to play that. It's just worse than this. This card is not the greatest. Do I want to play these out? I haven't procced Ember Staff yet. Yeah. Okay, do I want to do this? Because there is some early... Yeah, there is some early... whatever you call it. I think I want to play this out too, just so I don't redraw it. We're already through the deck. This is such a Pyre of Dominion thing, specific thing. Yeah, let's just stack all of this here and there. I mean, this guy will die pretty quickly. Alright, we want to double this. We're just going to Pyre tap a lot of this out, so here, why don't we go and then stack some there just to get a little bit of damage in. Some extra valor here. See, this is this guy, but we'll be fine with the benediction. Still want to double this, I think. This only does... it would still kill me, though, if I don't double this. Do I care, though? I really don't care about the backline units, I would imagine. So I think we still just do this. Well, I could keep him alive now. I mean, this guy's not going to die here, so I might as well do it. I think we want to do that. Yeah, that's pretty good damage. And just do that. This would be a good run to go Endless on, I think. The only downside is Endless has a lot of reanimate on the enemies eventually, and I don't have a good way to deal with that currently. So probably not, but I also just don't really, I don't know. Endless isn't necessarily my thing in games, usually. I think we just go, yeah, let's do this double still. And then we'll go there, that should be GG, yep. Just for good measure. But like I said, I guess that run ended up being about as easy as the other one, but that's Pyre of Dominion for you. And I am a broken record at this point, but I swear in the future videos I'm not doing frickin' Pyre of Dominion. On that note, though, if you're trying to get all of your crowns and you're rotating through, you know, the clan combos, and you get to one that's really hard, trust me, do Pyre of Dominion, and that will make your life a lot easier when you run into the really bad combos, because it is a godsend to helping you out with those. I definitely did that in my climb. Anyway, soul applied is 316. We'll go ahead and generate the challenge. And yeah, I guess that was still a pretty long run. I probably still ended up explaining a lot of stuff that I probably it's hard to not when you, on these first few runs anyway, right? But yeah, we'll keep playing. I am gonna be away for a little bit. I am gonna try to get a meta game or a meta video scheduled while I'm out. I'm gonna be out for about a week, but hopefully I can have videos coming out during that time. It depends on how much I can sacrifice sleep to make these. So anyway, as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.